A big mabuhay, everybody, and hope everyone's doing great. I know most people in the Philippines are still locked down. Just hang in there, guys. You know, like I said in my prayer to the Philippines, the strength of heaven will endure and the doors will open. But today's video, I wanted to focus on some unsung heroes, Filipinos around the world that are fighting the pandemic. And sometimes the cost has been tragic. Well, as some of you know, the Philippines has producing the best nurses in the world for many, many years now. And they're worldwide. They're in every country, including the US, UK, France, Germany. My mother was a nurse for 30 years. And so my heart goes out to all the Filipinas and Filipinos that are fighting this pandemic with their lives. They're laying their lives on the line. And in some cases, their sacrifices are not really being told. And so I really wanted to go out there and to thank them and to pray for them and to let them know that people know what they are doing. And so if we look around at some of the videos and also some of the web pages that we see, this is from National Geographic. And it's just saying, America's Filipino nurses remain resilient pillars at home and abroad. And this goes to the heart of the matter, that Filipinos are not just caring for their families in their own houses, but also in the Philippines, and then also taking care of patients. And the stress and the strain and the critical nature of the pandemic and the fear of the pandemic is taking a toll. But they're so brave and so strong that even after they've gotten sick, many of them have gotten back into the fight. And they have just continued to help people around the world. And to me, this really speaks about the Christian culture in the Philippines and how they care and love others, and also their work ethic. And they're so tough and resilient that they're not giving up. They just keep going back and helping people and helping their family, sending money home. They are true heroes. And as we look here, I really wanted to show some of the pictures here. And these are their families and people also going back to work as they're just dealing with daily life. And that's one of the great strengths of the Filipinos, is they like to have fun. Even though things are not going well, they will try to find joy. And here we have a nurse, sleeping away and also working. You can imagine how scary it is. And this is also sort of the history of nurses in the Philippines. It's been going on for a long time, where they have exported a lot of great nurses. And, in the old days, a lot of the countries produced their own nurses, but now a lot of people don't want to be the caretakers. In the U.S., many people swear by Filipino nurses, because of the comfort and the warmth and, how they feel towards their patients. And to me, that just speaks of the families they were born into and the religious culture they were in. They care about people, and people can feel that. And so we see another sort of historic photograph with a current photograph. And these are people that are also working, I believe, in the U.S., right? And they're leaving their shift. And this is a couple that just arrived in the U.S. and they just had a child. Can you imagine having a child and working all these shifts? I mean, it's unbelievable how strong the Filipinos are. And especially since right now, Filipinos are 4% of the nurses in the U.S. and they're taking up 31.5% of the deaths. What it says to me is that the Filipinos are working so hard, that they're refusing to let fear and the virus stop them, that they are just so hardworking that, they're taking a toll here. Now, some people have said it's the diet, that, there's not a lot of dairy products. Maybe it's the diet or something else. But I think it's just because they care so much, that they're just working so hard. And that's my belief. Of course, diet and, ethnicity has a factor. But to me, it's because they care. and they're just working and working and working. And I know the Filipino work ethic. They will just keep working till they're out of energy. And I think in this case, it's taking a toll, but they're saving so many people. And so here's another one from CNN, and it's just unbelievable, the sacrifices that these unsung heroes are making around the world and in the U.S. during this global fight against COVID. They are just heroes to the max. They're unsung heroes. And we don't really see it on TV, whether it's in the Philippines or UK or France or the US. These are people that are getting up every day. And not just nurses. We also have practical nurses that are going in there. We have student nurses. They are just going in, and this is a war. They're going in there and laying their lives on the line. And this is just, sort of another article about it. But what we really need to do is we need to pray for them. And these are the patron saints of nurses, St. Agatha and St. Camillus. And we need to pray for them, that they protect them and endure them for their own sakes and our sakes, but because they're heroes. They are Christian heroes around the world saving people in the great tradition of Christian charity and churches and universities. And we need to support them and pray for them. Like I said, the strength of heaven will endure, and we must ask for the strength of heaven to protect them. So as we continue and we have our own lives and things are going on and things are happening, let's not forget the people that are saving others and helping others. And, I saw my mother. She's, 78, and she was a nurse for 30 years. She never went through a pandemic, but she laid her life on the line. She got sick a number of times. And just thinking of her and also the Philippines brought this to my attention. And so let's pray for them and for the strength of heaven to protect our medical frontliners, heroes, and nurses around the world. God bless you. Take care. See you next time.